Welcome back, brave listeners, to Paranormal Night Shift, the podcast where the past refuses to stay buried, where the ordinary is often a mask for something else, and where your true spine-tingling stories come to life, one eerie episode at a time. I'm your host, Andy, here to walk with you through the fog, the flickering shadows, and the moments that defy logic and reason. Around here, we don't chase the unknown, we invite it in. Before we turn the handle on tonight's tale, I've got something you'll want to grab while the veil's still thin. Head over to paranormalnightshift.com and claim your free copy of The Birth of Dimensional Desperado, the first book in our supernatural time travel saga. Follow Buck Shadow Sheriff Freeman as he steps between haunted timelines, tracking echoes of the past that refuse to stay silent. Ghosts, glitches, injustice. His journey begins there, but now, let's return to the present, or at least what we think is the present. Tonight's story comes from Matthew, one of our listeners in Savannah, a city already famous for its haunted history. But what happened to him one summer afternoon wasn't in a graveyard or abandoned house. It was somewhere far more mundane and far more personal. This is the Rattling Stall. We moved to Savannah about 18 years ago, and for the most part, life here's been good. It's a beautiful city, old, haunted, dripping with Spanish moss and stories. But back then, I wasn't thinking about spirits or superstition. I just needed a summer job. About 10 years ago, give or take, I landed a seasonal position teaching science at the local Children's Museum's summer camp. Not a bad gig. The museum sat right next to the Georgia State Railroad Museum, so close you could walk through the gravel lot and touch the steam engines on your way in our actual classes. They were held over at Garrison K-8, tucked behind the museums, down a stretch of sun-baked pavement. Every day we'd walk the kids from the school to the museum, imagine 20 or so elementary schoolers bouncing with energy while we staff melted under the relentless Georgia sun. July, August, 100 degrees on a cool day. And that humidity, it hit you like a wall every time you stepped outside. That place had a sunken playground where we ran the programs. And let me tell you, being outside all day in Savannah summer heat, that was brutal. Now, here's where things got weird. The only air-conditioned escape we had access to was the bathroom in the train museum. A tiny little thing. One sink, one urinal, and a single stall. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a haven. Not just for the kids, but for us too. We staff would take turns chaperoning bathroom trips, and let's be real, sometimes we'd volunteer just to go sit in there for 5 minutes and breathe in cool air. One afternoon, after what felt like a full week packed into a single morning, I told my coworker I needed a bathroom break. She knew what that meant. Just 5, maybe 10 minutes to cool off and exist in silence. The bathroom door was heavy, solid wood or something close to it. When it opened, you heard it. No exceptions. Same for when it closed. You always knew when someone came or went. So I went in, nodded at my reflection in the mirror like, hang in there, and stepped into the stall. Sat down, elbows on knees, and just let the AC hit me. You know that kind of exhaustion where even your eyeballs feel sweaty? That was me. Everything was fine until it wasn't. I was just about to stand up when the stall door suddenly rattled. Hard, violent. It shook back and forth, probably 10 times in 2 seconds, like someone had both hands on the handle and was yanking it rapidly, trying to scare me or rip it open. It wasn't a gentle knock. It wasn't the building settling. It wasn't the air conditioner cycling. It was deliberate. Aggressive. Too fast, too intentional, and it came out of nowhere. My whole body tensed, my skin went ice cold. You know that phrase, hair standing on end? Yeah, that happened. Literally, every hair on my body stood at attention like it was reporting for duty. The thing is, I never heard the bathroom door open. It didn't creak, it didn't click, and that's not a door you could slip through silently. The room was small. You'd see someone's feet under the stall from nearly anywhere they stood, but I saw nothing. It took maybe a second for all of that to register. I yanked my pants up, heart racing, flung the stall door open, and the bathroom was completely empty. No one was at the sink, no one behind the door. No sound, no movement, no footprints, no way someone had come in, done that, and left without me hearing or seeing them. I don't care how rational you think you are, nothing prepares you for a moment like that. I didn't walk out of that bathroom. I ran. 6'6", built like a linebacker, and I bolted out of there like a terrified toddler. I didn't stop till I got back to the playground, face pale, shirt soaked, practically vibrating with adrenaline. My coworker took one look at me and said, "What happened?" I told her, "Everything." And she just stared at me, then said quietly, "Yeah, you're not the first one." Turns out there'd been a few odd things over the years. A sound here, a strange feeling there, but nothing like what I experienced. That was something else. I never used that bathroom again. Didn't matter how hot it got. That AC could have been 50 degrees and full of popsicles. I wasn't going back in there. I finished the summer, but I didn't return the following year. There was no logical explanation. The air conditioning turning on doesn't cause a stall door to shake like someone's trying to break in. That building was too solid, the walls too thick. No vacuum effect, no drafts, no prank, just something wrong. To this day, I haven't been back to that bathroom. Haven't even stepped foot inside the train museum since. And if you ever visit that part of Savannah and you feel the urge to cool off in that tiny restroom next to the trains, maybe just wait it out. The heat won't kill you, but something else in there might try. And that brings us to the end of tonight's unnerving journey. Matthew, thank you for stepping into the light and sharing what many would have kept locked in the shadows. The Rattling stall isn't just a story, it's a reminder that the paranormal doesn't always wait for graveyards, old attics, or midnight seances. Sometimes it finds you in the most mundane of places, when you're simply trying to escape the heat. The bathroom may have offered a break from the Savannah sun, but for Matthew, it became a threshold, a place where something unexplainable reached across the veil for just a moment. And once you've heard that kind of rattle, you never really forget it. If you enjoyed this episode and want to help keep the stories coming, consider supporting us over on Patreon. Not only will you get an ad-free experience and early access to new episodes, but you'll also unlock exclusive content and deeper dives into the haunted timelines of our original series, Dimensional Desperado. Our Patreon family gets the full, unfiltered experience and a few extra chills along the way. Not quite ready to commit? No worries. You can still show your support by subscribing on Spotify and YouTube. And while you're there, leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of Matthew's encounter, or share your own tale of a place that just felt wrong. And don't forget to grab your free copy of The Birth of Dimensional Desperado at paranormalnightshift.com. Dive into the first chapter of Buck Shadow Sheriff Freeman's paranormal journey through time, where justice isn't the only thing chasing you. Finally, if you've got a story you've been holding on to, something strange, unexplained, maybe even unbelievable, don't keep it to yourself. Head over to paranormalnightshift.com and submit your story. You never know. It might just be the next voice to echo through the shadows. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, not every door rattles because of the